Welcome to Hobby Life, everyone, episode 57. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It's your host, Brody the Kid here. We have an awesome AEW episode today. We are going to be talking to Billy Celio from Upper Deck, who creates the AEW sets, and we're going to have a blast opening some of the flagship and talking about the brand new AEW flagship, and we're going to be opening a 2021 AEW Spectrum box. I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's go. And wait, we're going to be giving away some of the cards from that Spectrum box too. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to see how you can do that on my social media. Let's get to it. All right, everyone, it's time now for our interview guest from Upper Deck, Billy Celio. How are you doing today, Billy?
Doing great, Brody. Can't wait to talk a little AEW with you today.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. So the first thing I really wanted to ask you is, when did Upper Deck know that you guys were going to be able to get this license, and how did this work? Like, you guys hadn't done any wrestling cards before. How did like the ideas start to like come in to make this flagship product?
Well, first, let me say I'm a huge wrestling fan and have been advocating for us to do any kind of wrestling set whatsoever. I remember the TV show Glow was out. I'm like, hey, let's try to get that license so we can do a women's wrestling set. I didn't care. I just wanted to do wrestling. And next thing I know, I get a email from the higher up saying, hey, we want you to sit on this meeting. We're talking with a new licensor, and that new licensor was AEW. And we were super excited about it. They were still fairly new, and they were looking forward to the opportunities of us being able to, get their name out there in a different way. So, it really was pretty easy to, oh, I say it, I only built the sets. I didn't have to work on the deal. I was gonna say it's pretty easy to get this thing going, but once we got it moving, I probably knew about a year before the first set even came out or before we even announced it. So it was just eating me up inside. I wanted to tell everybody because, you'd hear and see rumblings about, hey, is anybody ever going to do AEW? And then what got the secret out was, I think the Young Bucks were signing labels, and one of them put it on their YouTube,
Mhm.
and people were like, this is how intense they were, like zooming in on the label, like the holographic label, trying to figure out, okay, which manufacturer does these type of labels. And they were able to figure out that it was probably Upper Deck. But again, I still wasn't able to say anything for at least a couple months after that.
Wow, that had been hard to keep in. You get a question. Oh, is this your guys' label? Next question. I don't know. I don't know what our label looks like. That's awesome. I love the stuff. We'll open a couple packs here in a minute of that stuff. But before we do that, let's talk about AEW Spectrum. We're gonna open this later with you. So tell us about this high-end set. It looks pretty awesome to me from what I've seen.
Yeah, so AEW has been an amazing license when it comes to stuff that's available, and they had a wide range of memorabilia that just had me, drooling and licking my chops. Can't wait to put it into cards, and it really isn't the place for some of the mem that we put in there for like flagship. So we decided, okay, well, let's make a higher end product where we're able to put more relics in there, more autographs in there, because we really kind of held back on autographs in our flagship, and we did it on purpose. We wanted there to be value to the autographs. And we've seen in other products, if you give them an autograph or two autographs every single time, some of those high end wrestlers, for some reason, they I mean, it's great you can buy a cheap superstar in another league, but we wanted our superstars to be worth a lot of money. So we kind of held back on how many autographs came per, but we wanted to provide a product that at least, you spend the money, you're going to get an autograph, you're going to get some cool memorabilia. There's stuff like turnbuckle in these cards. One of the other cool things is, and I think we just got beaten to it, but there's metal cards in there. We have the ones that are die cut, like the shape of a chair. I've been to some events where, you're in the first, I think, 10 rows or whatever. You get to keep the chair that you're there. So chairs are a big part of wrestling. So I'm like, well, let's make a card like die cut like a chair. And then there's a full gear. I mean, that was very fitting for the name to make that a metal card. So we were able to add metal cards, memorabilia, mats, and autographs. So we wanted to give another option to maybe a different kind of buyer of wrestling cards. And so that's where we came up with Spectrum.
Yeah, I mean the stuff looks awesome. I love all the autos, and the base cards look really cool too. So yeah, we'll be doing this at the end before Billy goes. We're gonna open it and see what we get. But now let's go back to the base set and talk about what is new for 2022. And I'll get into this box and start opening and show you guys a couple packs.
We switched a few things up. I mean, I collect wrestling cards and I like to get them autographed. So, we have our base set where, a lot of the cards are close enough shots that, you can tell it's that person. It's not them from far away, like doing like a finishing move or something like that. And then we also have the main features, which is almost like if you were to make an entertainment card, it's almost like a character card for entertainment. We wanted another card that these people could get signed. So those
Mhm.
are two of the things that kind of stuck with this last year. So then we decided, well, let's make some new inserts. Last year we made the chair shots. I'm sorry. Last year we made the shadow box cards. This year we decided to go with kind of like our breakouts, which is kind of a play on the rookie breakouts that we make for Series 2. We
Mhm.
wanted in hockey, we wanted to make a breakout card for AEW also. Just trying to add a new technology that maybe necessarily hasn't been done in wrestling cards. But and then another big thing, everyone talks about hard signed autographs. Now, most of our autographs in our AEW products are stickers because it's a matter of, the roster's constantly changing. If you get hard signed stuff, you might be wasting autographs. So we still wanted a way to kind of figure out how to get some hard signed content in there. So we actually pulled back cards from the first set, the base cards and the canvas cards, and we had the athletes hard sign those cards, and then we included them into this year's the 2022 product. So there is hard side content, which is new compared to last year. There's new inserts. There's a couple more numbered parallels in there, a lot more color and shiny stuff.
Yeah,
But
I've seen this color. Is it copper? I think.
that's the gold parallel.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just the regular base gold parallel. Those come one a pack.
Okay.
It's so funny. He looks so big in that picture. I've seen him in real life, and he like I'm not a tall guy, and it feels like he comes up to my shoulders. So it's kind of funny how
Oh, 5'7",
sometimes,
198. Wow.
yeah, there's no way he's 5'7".
Nice parallel.
Yep, there's the pyro parallels and then the dynamite parallels. I think that's the pyro.
Kenny Omega on the main features. That's cool. Yeah, I love the design. It looks pretty sweet. And there's another Kenny Omega at to end that pack. So what other AEW sets can we look forward to coming up soon?
Well, I could talk about some of them. I mean, we'll have, 2021 came out not too long ago. We're playing catch up. A lot of things got delayed and we're playing catch up right now. So I'm not exactly sure which one's next. I can tell you there's three that have been announced. I know there's more in the future, but there is the Metal Universe, which a lot
Oh,
of people are really excited about because it's
yeah.
their first chance to get PMG inserts. And there's also some other really cool inserts that we've kind of, uh, you know, made some wrestling versions of classic Metal Universe inserts, and then there's also some new ones that I think people will really like. And then our Chromium, the Allure, is another one that people are really excited about. That one might take a little longer. It's just getting tough. It's tough getting printing stuff printed on Chrome right now, but
Mhm.
as all the manufacturers are finding out. So, we'll get that out as soon as we can, but that gives the people the opportunity of a whole bunch of really cool parallels, a whole bunch of cool inserts to go with that. So those are the main three that I can talk about right now is, flagship 2023, the Allure and the Metal Universe.
Nice. I'm excited for Allure. I love that stuff. in hockey. That it looks so sweet. There's the acclaimed
Nice.
tag teams. I oh, like that. There's Kyle O'Reilly. All right, you want to bust into the Spectrum box?
Oh, sure.
But before we
If
do that, I have to ask one question. When are we getting a Danhausen card?
well, technically, he's had a couple. He's had a match dated moments, which is one of the things that we also feature on our e-pack, where after all the pay-per-views, we actually have it's a it was a 6 card set. There was like 4 regular cards, a silver and a gold, and really affordable. Like I think it was like 5.99 or yeah, I think it was like 5.99, and then you just try to collect them all. The golds come a little are like 1 in 20 or 25. The silvers are like 1 in 5 or 1 in 10. But and then there's achievements afterwards, and one of the the achievements were like the top wrestlers. Then we also did a new arrival set, which did not have Danhausen in it, but it did have a Danhausen achievement card. So he has a match day moment card, and he has a new arrival achievement card. But I think whatever set comes out next amongst the 3 of them, it should have a Danhausen card in it. You won't be
Yes.
disappointed.
I love it. Yes. Danhausen is my favorite AEW wrestler for sure. He's a character. I love Danhausen.
We got to go backstage. We were lucky enough, and they brought a couple of the sponsors back there, and so I got there's all the wrestlers are back there. It was amazing. I've never been in that situation before, and like on the before the show, the only one that I marked out on was Danhausen. I'm like, hey, we were talking cards, and then I'm like, is there any way I could get a photo? I go, you're the top merch, seller of AEW. And he's just like, sure. And it's like, it's so funny. We're just talking. And then all of a sudden he's like doing his like pose. It was awesome. But yeah, he's definitely popular. We know he is. We want to get him in there as soon as possible. It's just, we got to get these cards printed.
Product review. All right. So 7 premium trading cards. Let's see what we got. It feels heavy. So maybe we did get a metal. I don't know. I haven't opened one before though, so I don't know. Oh yeah, we did get a metal card. I'm excited to see it. Okay. So here's the base card. Randy Rose, that's pretty cool. Yeah, nice thicker stock, probably 75 about.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I could definitely tell that they were, like higher end cards, but now that I'm like feeling them, I can really tell like nice thick cards. There's Dr. Britt Baker. That's cool. Then we have a Spectrum /99 of Dax Harwood, and I saw who the autograph is, and I'm actually really excited. So
All right.
we're gonna save it to the end. We're gonna save it to the end. Let's go with our relic and our metal card. So our relic is MJF.
Oh, that's a big hit right there too.
Yeah, that's awesome. AEW champion. Sweet. It's a pink relic too. That's interesting. And our metal card is going to be a full gear of Nyla Rose. That is sweet. Sweet looking metal card right there. Full gear. And then our autograph is of Bryan Danielson.
Oh,
my.
nice.
Yeah.
The dragon.
Yeah, I saw that he was in the set and I was really hoping for one. That's awesome. Sweet. Very cool. Awesome Bryan Danielson autograph. Man, that was a good box. We got Danielson and
Oh,
MJF. I believe are about to fight for the
I was
belt.
about to say, yeah, you got
Yeah.
the 2 rivals right there.
Awesome. This stuff looks really cool. I love that the MJF is a pink relic. That just shows you how interesting of a guy he is.
Oh, it'd be great to get like a scarf from him or something one
Yeah.
time. We've got
Mhm.
we've got some unique stuff coming up. We kind of started. I don't want to say we started slow because I was excited. I was hoping that we would be the first company to have turnbuckle in cards, but I think we got beat by a few months on that one. But some of the stuff coming up is like never been done before for memorabilia. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Oh, and we had like table cards too, like actual match use tables, table for 2 and table for 4 inserts that are in there. When you said it was a heavy pack, I thought maybe you got one of the table cards in there, because those are got some thickness to it, because
Mhm.
you can't like cut the table like really
Yeah,
thin.
right. Mhm.
It's a nice chunk there. So those came out real nice too.
Yeah, so awesome. We will be giving some of those away on my socials, so make sure you check that out. But before you go, tell us where you can find you and more about the AEW stuff.
Well, if you're looking for me on social media, I'm at Billy Celio, is my Instagram. Don't really do too much on Twitter or on Facebook. I'm more of a Insta guy. So, or you can just fly on out to Carlsbad and stop by the Upper Deck office and come visit. But I think I'll make a quick little appearance at the Mint Collective coming up here in April, and hopefully I'll be out either at the Spring Expo or the National coming up this summer.
That is awesome. Make sure you guys check out the Upper Deck booth at the National. Thank you so much for coming on. I had awesome talking to you. And will you come on for the next AEW releases?
Of course, I can't wait. The next one, whichever one it is, I know it's going to be big.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Peace out. That's it for Hobby Life Show, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. Thank you so much to Billy Celio from Upper Deck for coming out and talking about AEW. If you want to win some of those cards from that Spectrum box, make sure you go to my Twitter at BrodyTK and on Instagram at BrodyTheKid1, where we'll be doing AEW posts where you guys can see how to win there. That's all for us today, guys. We will see you all soon with a very special guest on the next episode of Hobby Life Show. Peace out.